Now, the authorities in Mexico are desperately trying to reach thousands of people cut off by landslides and flooding after two big storms battered both sides of the country. Now, at least 80 people have been killed and some 40,000 tourists are still stranded at the popular resort of Acapulco, waiting to be airlifted from a nearby military base. Will Grant has more from Mexico.
It has been another difficult 24 hours for beleaguered Mexicans and tourists trapped by Tropical Storm Manuel. On Mexico's western flank, the tourist resort of Acapulco, famously once a hideaway for Hollywood stars, now resembles something from a disaster movie. The main highway connecting the coast to the capital, Mexico City, has been cut off by widespread flooding, and the state capital, Chilpancingo, is under several feet of water. As a result, thousands of holidaymakers who had travelled to the Pacific for the Independence Day weekend have found themselves still stranded in Acapulco, many without basic necessities and becoming increasingly desperate to get home. The Mexican Red Cross is helping to distribute emergency supplies, but the operations continue to be hampered by the weather.
We use helicopters to transport materials because there are many landslides.
While Tropical Storm Manuel has caused chaos in the western states, over in the east of the country, many communities are still feeling the effects of Hurricane Ingrid, which has battered the Atlantic coast for several days. An estimated 1.2 million people have been affected by the two storms, and concerns are growing for the provision of medicine and clean drinking water. Worse still, it is feared that Tropical Storm Manuel is about to strengthen again, giving the stricken communities little chance to recover. Will Grant, BBC News, Mexico.
Well, on the line is Lourdes Howells, the Honorary British Consul in Acapulco. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Lourdes.
It is my pleasure.
Just how difficult is it for those people stranded in Acapulco? How bad are the conditions for them?
The general situation in Acapulco is still very serious. As you know, the Mexican government has declared a state of emergency. We are working very close with the local authorities, and we are providing consular assistance to the British nationals in Acapulco. We just managed to evacuate a group of 11. We have a group of 29 British teachers which have been already evacuated, and we were aware of 44 British nationals. But as you know, the British Embassy has, in Mexico City, has issued Facebook and Twitter updates. And I would like to mention that if anybody knows of British people who require assistance, please contact the British Embassy in Mexico City on 5516703200. And as I said, I'm via Twitter at UK in Mexico.
Okay, Lourdes, many thanks for that. So you're saying that it's about 40-50 British nationals who are stranded among the tens of thousands there in Acapulco?
Yes, we were informed by the Mexican authorities that we have 40,000 tourists in Acapulco. And this is because we had the bank holiday weekend where a lot of people from the East travel to Acapulco, and unfortunately the problem is the sheer numbers. As you know, the airport is closed, and the main road that connects to DF is being cleared from debris and mud, but this is taking time. So I think the Mexican authorities are doing a great job and trying to move people, and they have very successful tried to move people in from the military bases into the capital district of Howells.
Is there a sense, Lourdes, that the authorities perhaps just were not ready for the violent nature of Tropical Storm Manuel? They knew it was coming, there were weather forecasters out there, obviously, but when it did arrive, it was much more devastating than people thought.
Well, it's very unusual, and the situation is very challenging. It's just sheer numbers. But of course, the military now have the capabilities and to move in great numbers. But you can appreciate, it's not an easy task for them trying to coordinate efforts, especially in areas that were completely cut from Acapulco center.
Sure, the Independence Day holiday certainly didn't help the situation, with many thousands of people flooding into the area. As the honorary British consul in Acapulco, what practical help can you offer British nationals who are trying to get out, who are stranded?
In the majority of the cases were very young people, and there was a group of about 29 British teachers that we managed to get them to the Pie de la Cuesta military base, and they were flown to Mexico by a military aircraft. And the last group left about 5 to 10 minutes ago from Pie de la Cuesta. It's the other military base. And it used to be an old airport down there, so the facilities are quite good.
All right, Lourdes Howells, the Honorary British Consul in Acapulco. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us, and good luck with all your work helping those stranded in the resort. Thank you.